walked out to my car a couple days ago and I realized that my rear view mirror backup camera had fallen down. And I think it's a sign because on the USB port here, this little plastic insert, the female end had broken off a while ago and it was like super flimsy to stay charged and on. So I ended up just buying a new one. So I'm gonna try to install that today and I'm gonna fix this attachment to the window with some new glue. I got this new mirror in the mail. Oh, look at that. Final season of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's a good show. Just check it out. Too bad it's the last one. I thought it was hilarious. Cool. So I need to grab something to open this bad boy up. What do we got here? This hatchet will work. Sick. Okay. So we got this opening up. And the new one that I bought to replace the van top, this is the Volway mirror mounted dash cam. It's a little bit bigger, I think, than the van top. Hopefully it's not heavier because that puts a lot of weight on the actual rear view mirror that's there. Ooh, fancy box. I feel like since Apple started making these like fancy packaging, now everybody does it, which is actually super nice. I'm glad they do. Okay, so this thing has a 4K, shoots up to 4K, shoots at night. It's a touch screen. It actually comes with a GPS, which the last one I had didn't have GPS. It had the ability to have GPS, but you had to buy it. It's voice activated if you want to use your voice, and it has a wide dynamic range. Oh, look at that fancy car. Holy smokes. That is definitely not the Astro van. What up? What do we got here? Please remove the film before use. Of course I will. Oh, this thing feels way lighter than the other one. Thought it was going to be heavier. Nice. I like how wide it is. The whole thing is like... My other one kind of just cuts in like this. This one's way wider. Wraps around probably a lot better too. Okay, so we got our AV in. That must be for the backup camera, which I already have the backup camera installed for my other one, and I'll show you how I did that. But this did come with a backup camera. SD card slot, USB, perfect. Hopefully that plastic is stronger than the other one, but we'll see. And then that is for the GPS, which I'm excited to try out. Whoa, this is cool. You can actually move this. On the van top, you couldn't move this one before. All right, and then this is the standard cigarette lighter kit. This is for the GPS. This is the backup camera. I have to take the mounting plate off of here so I can actually stick that on. I think I got a screwdriver right there. 100 screwdrivers, but not a knife. All right, it just slides right off. Cool. I'm going to use this grinder to clean up the base plate so I can stick it to the window. So I'll just put it in the vise and hopefully it gets everything off. Hopefully it still slides out. I might have to buy a new one if it doesn't. Check that. This is JB Weld mirror weld kit. Crack that. Let's go onto there. And that little foam piece, you can see it. There's a little foam piece there. Let that dry for 2 minutes. And then we're going to put this stuff on there. That's drying for 30 minutes. I'm going to show you guys how I actually ran the rear view backup camera on the Astro van. This right here is the backup camera cable. Now this again was already done the first time I installed it, and it's great because I can just, hopefully we'll just be able to plug it into the new camera. It won't be an issue, or the new mirror, and it won't be an issue. Okay, so this is the power. This is the backup camera, and I have it run actually all the way through the top of the bed liner. And I was able to run this straight through the top of the cedar headliner here that I built and all the way to the back of the van. Now, there are crossbars that go across here, so you might have a little bit of a difficulty. You may have to actually run the wire through the top of the headliner here and then along the side to get to one of the rear backup lights, depending on where you want to put it. You could also just run it along the side here. So this power cable comes through the side here. It actually goes over the sunshade holder here to kind of keep it in place. Over this sunshade holder, the actual bracket here, and then it goes down this plastic piece. If I pull this off, you'll be able to see it under here. And you can see the yellow wire with the white piece of tape on it and the red wire with a white piece of tape. That's actually the cables. And then it goes into the fuse box here. The way I grounded it is there's actually a bolt that goes, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bolt that goes on the inside. Might have to take this plastic off to see it. And it was one of the only bolts that are in here that goes right to the chassis. So I actually had or the frame. So I actually had to take that out and then I plug the ground into it. Okay, so if I open this up, you can see the red wire. This one's going up to power. And then this yellow cable right here goes into my accessory unit. So when I turn the car on, this is an extra accessory port. So when I actually turn the car on, the camera will come on. When I turn the car off, the camera will come off. So if you want to buy the hardwire kit, they sell these online. Make sure you get the right one. And it's actually really easy to put in. Oh, here's the accessory cable right here, and you can see the extra fuse on there. And then there's essentially an extra fuse, so you can use whatever the accessory is that you're using too. All right, plug this back up. So a lot of people with these vans will actually put them up top, up high here. And that's great when they're pointed down. When you back up, you can see how close you actually can get to the cars behind you if you're trying to parallel park, and that's super helpful. I wanted to use mine as an actual rear view mirror. So you can see the backup cameras right here. I put it up in the license plate. I kind of wish I would have put it a little bit closer to the edge so it was more centered, but you can move it up and down a little bit if you need to. It's on a bracket that you can move up and down. But anyway, so I just drilled a little hole under here so you can see it. Yeah, might not be able to see it, it's kind of dark. And then the cable runs up through here. All right. And behind this, the cable actually comes out and runs along kind of where my finger is. And out this hole from the back tailgate. You can see the wire right here. It's the red wire and then this black wire. This red wire is the one that actually goes to the brake light. So I'll take this off so you guys can see it. This red wire, which goes to the camera here, acts as sort of a switch, and it attaches to the power on your rear backup lights of the van. So when you pop it into reverse, the backup light is triggered and it sends a signal to the dash cam, the digital mirror, and it says to power up the backup light. when you're in reverse. So it automatically switches to reverse, which is cool. But while you're driving, you can also just swipe. And when you swipe, you can set it to the backup camera mode, and you can just use that as like a regular dash cam backup. Sorry, you can use, so when you swipe, you can actually just swipe it to set it as a, fuck, losing my mind here, dash cam. So that will make it automatically turn on in reverse. But if you want to keep it on all the time, all you need to do is swipe on the actual digital screen of the digital rear view mirror. And when you swipe that, you can change your view from the front view to the back view. And what I always do is just set it so it's always on the back view. So while I'm driving, I essentially have a rear view mirror. It's just the digital camera. And that's why I put the camera here, so I could actually use it as a rear view mirror, essentially, because I can't see out of the back of the car. All right, so I let this dry overnight, so we're gonna stick it on now, and hopefully it'll hold. I guess we'll see what happens. This goes on like this, and then we can screw that in to place. I'm gonna do it super tight, but there we go. All right, that seems to be on there pretty good. Now we can place the mirror on there, which I am pretty excited about. Let me go get the straps. I'm gonna use these two smaller ones. It comes with bigger ones too. And put one here, top, the other one on the top. I guess we're just gonna wrap it around here. Let's plug her in. Start with the cable, power. Ooh, it's like a fairy tale. EVN is my backup camera, and then this is my GPS. I'm gonna stick this up here, hide it a little bit. There we go. We have a brand new camera installed. Very excited.
And for the GPS, you run the cable up the plastic on the side of the door and then through the headliner, around the visor, and then into the rear view camera. So it goes around the visor so the cable doesn't actually fall through the top of the bed liner. And I kind of put it down in the bottom corner of the passenger side to keep it hidden.
Let's turn it on and check it out. Sure she works. Oh yeah. Oop, forgot to put the card in. I do have a card for it. Looks pretty good. You can swipe. That's my backup camera. And I was told you can, oh yeah, look at that. You can actually control how it's looking. That's cool. I gotta set my time. And it's also got a split screen on it, so you can see both front and back. So this is front. Let me adjust this a little bit. It's probably good. Maybe more like that. We'll go get the, oh, look at it, it's got my speed on here too because of the GPS. Cool. I'm gonna go put the card in, but I think that's it, ready to go. Just need to set the time and kind of set it up, and I can finally have a rear view mirror again.